Hello, everyone. This is Mahet Uguledu, scribe of Isis, son of Ra, walking in perfect grace at the Tuileries in downtown Paris. Just a few moments before I walk over to the Louvre for my 3:30 appointment, admission, to go see what I can see in 2 or 3 hours. Then I'm going to go to the end of the Tuileries, the opposite end. It is hoped to get a good view of the Eiffel Tower, and I'll take a picture. I won't go over to the Eiffel Tower because it's kind of far, and I just want a picture. And finally, I'm going to go to Montmartre, a place that was recommended to me when I was in Finland by a French woman. And that will be the end of my Paris journey. I'll get on a train to Liège, Belgium tomorrow morning early. I couldn't get a reservation, so I will have to get to the train as early as possible and keep my fingers crossed that there's a seat for me. No reservations are needed, so we'll see. I'm a little nervous, but it's okay. It's okay. I think travel is reminding me that you just have to take one day at a time. Now, I wanted to share a bit about the Tuileries. I was just going to show you what it looks like. This is the Tuileries. It's basically a park, a very leisurely park that has sculptures in it from the Louvre, the Museum d'Orsay, the Museum de l'Orange nearby. Pardon my French, I am not a French speaker or a student of French, although I could be. I could very easily be a student of French. I love the language, I love the culture, and as I'm here in France, I'm in Paris, I'm thinking, I feel so at home here. I kind of know what James Baldwin and Nina Simone and Josephine Baker, those great African-American artists, and why they made their home in France. This is a country where the people revolted. The French Revolution, just yesterday was Bastille Day, and I was privileged to be here at that time. And it's just a reminder of when the people have had enough, and that was what Bastille Day was all about. In some ways, a revolution, but it extended to the enslaved people as well. It's a very odd relationship that France has with its colony, Haiti, because it really punished Haiti for revolting and winning. So there's lots of double standards, I think, in the world. But maybe the French are better at seeing other people of different races and different cultures as human rather than as those people. So, but I have been very impressed with French culture, and one of the things that was very different from my experience of Rome is I had a wonderful meal at a French restaurant, Le Maison Blanc, and they charged me the price for the food that they brought to me. And I had an experience in Rome where they tried to charge me one price and give me less quality food. And of course I was stunned by that and demanded that they fix their entree to match what was on the menu. So, this whole idea of hospitality and how do you treat people who are different. When I say different, I mean strangers, not just people you don't know, because sometimes people treat people who look like them better than those people who don't look like them. And I think that's the real challenge, is that when you treat someone who looks very different from you and acts very different from you, would you treat them with grace and decorum? That is a true mark of hospitality and an evolved sense of manners. So I've also been thinking about, so what is the Great American Freedom Tour? You know, there are people who have been upset at me because it hasn't been what they wanted it to be and what they thought it could be. They wanted it to become their brand, or the brand that they imagine. And I'm still making my way through this, but what if the Great American Freedom Tour is just about a great American, me, a great American who is taking a tour of freedom around the world? What if that's what it's about? And having conversations about how I experience people and cultures in the world. So that is all I have to say now. I now have to get up and go to... Oh, I just want to say, too, that Anthony Bourdain was not about anything other than the food of the culture where he went. So maybe my take on this and world travel will be, what about the manners of the people around you and how they behave around people who are significantly different than they are? Because then they really have to wonder and see the world from a very different perspective. And the question is how able and capable are people at doing that? Some people are very challenged to come out of their comfort zone, and it's hard for them to even imagine that there can be a very different perspective in the world. But I think that is the heart of good manners, where you're able to step back from your own perspective and imagine what another's perspective would be. Well, that is enough for me now, and I am on to the Louvre, and I will have a good report, I hope, when I finish there. So this is Mahe Aboulidou, scribe of Isis, son of Ra, walking in perfect grace at the Louvre in Paris. At the moment, I'm in the Tuileries. All right, take care, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.